Today we will study a fossil plant, Pentoxylon. This presentation will include systematic position of Pentoxylon, discovery of Pentoxylon, distinguishing features of Pentoxylon, anatomy of stem genera, leaves of Pentoxylon, seed-bearing organs and male strobilus. Now this genera Pentoxylon, it was identified by Indian paleobotanist Professor Birbal Sahni in 1948. This fossil genera belong to Mesozoic era and Jurassic period, the period when dinosaurs also flourished, from the Rajmahal hills which are now present in Bihar. All of you know Birbal Sahni also set up an institute called Birbal Sahni Institute of Paleobotany, which is present now in Lucknow. The classification of Pentoxylon is it belongs to gymnosperms, class Cycadophyta, order Pentoxylales, family Pentoxylaceae, Pentoxylon Sahni. This is the geological time scale. You can see here I have marked with blue the Mesozoic era, and this plant flourished in this period, that is Jurassic period, when dinosaurs also flourished. Later on this became extinct. Now these are the different parts of the plant which were identified and given the name. Stem was given the name Pentoxylon. Pollen bearing organs were given the name Sahania nippaniensis, or commonly called Sahania organs also. You can see here seed bearing organ Carnoconoides. You can see here, and leaves were given the name Nippaniophyllum, a lanceolate leaf. Let us see the distinguishing characters or morphology of the plant. The plants were shrubs or small trees. There were two types of branches, the long shoots and dwarf shoots. The long shoot is the main body of the plant, and on which were present side branches which are also called as dwarf shoots. These dwarf shoots had leaves arranged spirally on them. Each leaf was lanceolate and thick, and it showed reticulate venation. The anatomy showed many steels, that is polysteels, and hence it was given the name Pentoxylon. The reproductive structures were different, that is unisexual, and the female one was called as Corniconoides. It was looking like a mulberry fruit, and the male organs consisted of a group of sporangiophores fused at the base. The ovules were found to be sessile. Now, Pentoxylon was similar to Nippanioxylon. This Nippanioxylon was another genera identified which has similar characters, details like Pentoxylon. Both the genera were identified from a village Nippania, and hence the name Nippania has been derived. It is present in the Bihar in Rajmahal hills. Let us see the structure of anatomy of stem. Now this was studied by Vishnu Mitre in 1953. As I told you, it had many steels, hence it is called as polysteel. The number of steels varied from 5 to 7. Each steel had its own cambium and produced secondary xylem. More amount of secondary xylem was produced toward the center. So each steel was producing secondary tissues. Like that, when they were producing secondary tissues, the more secondary xylem was produced towards inner side, and hence these steels became slightly eccentric. In the center is present the pith or the parenchymatous tissue. Overall, all together combined, the wood became a compact wood. The tracheids of the secondary xylem were also studied, and they were similar to today's Christmas tree, that is Araucaria. The outer cortex is not well preserved, and in the center some broad, in the center is present the broad pith with some sclerotic cells. The leaf was given the name Nipaneophyllum. As I told you, Nipania is the name of the village from where all these parts have derived their names. The leaves have been described under the name Nipaneophyllum raui. They were found attached with the shoots or Pentoxylon sani. They were originally described under the name Tiniopteris. They were present on the short lateral shoots. Each leaf was simple, petiolate, strap-shaped, and possessed a well-developed midrib with many parallel lateral veins. Branching has not been observed in lateral veins. Vascular bundle in Nipaneophyllum were mesarch type. Female seed-bearing organs were given the name carnoconoides. The reproductive organs were terminal on the lateral shoots and looked like mulberry fruit or the fruit of Annonaceae, like custard apple. The mulberry-like strobili were 3 centimeters long and 5 millimeter wide. They did not have megasporophylls. Generally, gymnosperms have a sporangia covered by a megasporophyll or microsporophyll, but here there were no megasporophylls. The female cones had several ovules. The female cone, this is the female cone, it had several ovules up to, that is 20, which were fleshy in nature. Every ovule had outer layer called sarcotesta, which was fleshy in nature, and inner layer was hard and stony, which was called as sclerotesta. The ovules were supplied with one vascular strand and covered by a single integument. As you all know, gymnosperms have single integument and angiosperms have two integuments. The nucellus was free from the integument. 3 species of Carnoconoides were described: Carnoconoides compactum, Carnoconoides laxum, and Carnoconoides rajmahalensis. The male strobilus was given the name Sahania nipaniensis. This was also studied by Vishnu Mitre in 1953. The male strobili were present at the terminal parts of short shoots. Each male strobilus consisted of a dome-shaped receptacle on which about 24 microsporangiophores were arranged, which were fused at the base. The sporangiophores had pear-shaped microsporangia terminally. The sporangia were unilocular and contained several boat-shaped monolith microspores or pollen grains. Each sporangium received a single vascular bundle for the supply of nutrients, which you can see here.